Hey, A's fans, welcome to the live stream, and I know how excited you are about tomorrow, opening night at the Coliseum against the Astros, of all opponents, and I know you see this on the screen right now, and I know you saw the title of this video, and I'm not trying to get under your skin, I'm not trying to ruffle your feathers. Maybe what I'm trying to do here is keep that chip on your shoulder, because these are the Oakland A's that have won 97 games each of the last 3 seasons. Last year it was the equivalent of 97 exactly. And now Baseball Prospectus is saying they're going to win 82 games this year. That's a huge decline. The defending AL West champions are now going to have basically a 500 season. Let's dive into this. Let me show you the projections in whole here for the West. And the Houston Astros are slated for 92.4 wins this year. So even for them, a bit of a departure. If the A's had 97 essentially last year to win it, I guess what they're projecting here is that even a lesser amount than that is going to win the division. Now, before we look further at these, let me tell you what these PECOTA projections are. PECOTA stands for Player Empirical Comparison and Optimization Test Algorithm. It's BP's proprietary system that projects player and team performance. So this is all a complete simulation, and I do have to credit them. They've been doing this since the early 2000s. It's very detailed. It goes into a lot of different factors. You know, you can't criticize this for saying, well, they didn't think of this or factoring in that. They actually do factor in a ton of different things. It's a system that takes a player's past performance and tries to project the most likely outcome for the following season. It looks at all the numbers and all the numbers that make up the numbers to see which players are more likely to repeat their success and which ones benefited from good fortune. Are you basically saying which players are lucky and had fluky seasons? Is that what you're trying to say there in a nice way? So again, I'm not doubting the idea behind this, but I have to say we know that it's been off in seasons prior. Well, let's go back to this here for just a second. And by the way, we will hear thoughts from Matt Chapman and Jake Diekman specifically on these projections. We'll listen along to their press conferences in just a second. But yeah, just look at this for a second here. 82 wins for the A's, and all of a sudden the LA Angels are 5 wins ahead of that. So Oakland goes from winning the division to being a third-place team. Now, I get it. The Astros, I think, are their number one competition, and I do think the LA Angels are going to be a team that sometime soon emerges as one of the top competitive teams to win this division. If they've had all the right pieces, they haven't had pitching, but they'll finally put it together in the near future. I am confident that these 3 teams, they do have pretty close, not in the right order, but I think it's going to be these 3 teams, 1, 2, and 3, just at totally different win totals here. They're really expecting a bad year for the Rangers and a bad year for the Seattle Mariners, but 82.6 wins. So let me just think about this for a second here. What should we compare this to? And why are projections even, to me, bothersome? People will buy into this. I don't know actually who buys into it because the players on the field don't. Anybody associated with the game doesn't. I think broadcasters, we use it as kind of a tease, We talk about it. We use it to stir conversation. I guess fans like this. Is this all for the fans? Do you like this? I know you don't like this right now because it has your team projected to win 82 games. But what if it said the A's were going to win 102 games? Let me guess. Let me go find the Yankees here. Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. The Yankees are going to have a 100-win season. And that's the crazy thing about projections in general, and it's not just these, it's for any sport. As any sport starts to ramp up and the new season begins, in this era of social media and things that are clickable, right? Even this video I'm doing here on YouTube, very clickable, because you're like, wait, what? I have to hear the reasoning behind this. All of this stuff is so, it's so interesting to click on, but does it actually mean anything? Does it have a lot of weight behind it? Is this something that you truly think is going to pan out this way and you believe, the stats and the numbers and the projections to be even close to accurate? I mean, does this give you a broad stroke? Does this give you the fine detail that you're looking for? I don't know what it gives you. I don't think it gives me much more than just kind of the overall 30,000-foot view that I already had. of these teams in this division. And also, consider this. Fast forward to August, when most of the season has already played out and a streak that you never expected has come and gone, whether it was really good or really bad. Unfortunately, injuries are part of the game. Teams that have very few, teams that are stricken by them. Like, none of this can truly factor in everything that happens in a sporting season, especially one of 162 games like baseball. So let's go in reverse. Let's talk about the PECOTA projections for 2019. Now, if you're asking me, why did I skip 2020? It's simple, because that was an unfathomable season, right? It started, and I think they made these projections in the spring before the season, and everything got shut down. And so then, coming back for 60 games in 66 days, inaccurate. I didn't want to base anything. I wanted to go back to the last normal year of 2019. And here we have it. The A's were slated to go in 2018 from a 97-win season to a 79-win season in 2019. So I'm throwing that chip on your shoulder right here, right now, right? Like you're already seeing this is not the first time. And wait a second, who did they have to win the division? Okay, the Astros, fine, 99 wins, that's pretty high. But 18 games separating them and the Angels were ahead of the A's? Now wait a second, what did 2019 actually turn out to be? Oh no, the page refreshed. Stop doing that. Website, stop. I'm going to have to go back to standings here. Hang on one second. All right. I think an ad is trying to get in my way. Nothing like the live stream when you're trying to do this. Okay. How did it turn out? Well, the Astros actually overachieved. Are you serious? Stop that. This does not want to let me see the standings here. All right. Are we looking at 2019? 107 wins for the Astros. Sorry, this is small. I apologize. 107 wins for the Astros in 2019. So they had a high projection, and they even raised the bar beyond that. But the Oakland A's were supposed to win 79, and they won 97. And the Angels were supposed to be ahead of the A's. Well, they were back down in fourth place at 72 wins. Even the Rangers were 6 wins ahead of that. All right, that page is really screwing up. So I'm gonna get off that for a second. But you understand my point here. I'm not trying to spit on anybody and say, look how embarrassing those numbers are. I'm just trying to say how difficult and near impossible it is to project something like this. Now, I'm loading up a Matt Chapman interview from today, and you know what? What I want to do is just kind of listen along with you here, watch this, because I know eventually he'll be asked about it. In fact, I also know that some of the first questions he's going to answer talks about facing the Astros. Yeah. The team that the A's have been chasing all these years, well, guess what? Now the shoes and the roles are reversed. The Astros are chasing Oakland. Let's listen in.
Hi, Matt.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. We can get started with Matt Kawahara.
Hey, Matt. How you doing?
Good, how's it going?
Good. Just how do you view this this sort of opening stretch for you guys? You're obviously opening with 10 games here against the Astros and the Dodgers. What sort of how do you view this first 10 in terms of what it's going to show you?
Crazy. It's crazy.
We're excited. I mean, those teams got to play us too. So we haven't really talked about it. We're excited to play the Astros. It's always fun playing them. That's probably, in our opinion, our biggest competition in this division. But we're the reigning champs, and they have to, they got to prove it to us. So we're not taking these games lightly, but there's good teams. We're definitely going to be battle tested here early, having to play the Dodgers and the Astros twice, but they got to play us. And, we like to believe that, these are our games.
Shayna?
Hey, Matt. Now that you have a full Cactus League under your belt after hip surgery, do you notice a difference between how you felt before the surgery and now? Like, do you feel, how much better do you feel?
Absolutely. I feel a lot better. Definitely early in camp, I was still kind of getting my feet under me. I think the biggest thing for me was building up that endurance, having to, get used to playing every single day again and getting through some of those initial aches and pains. But I feel great. I feel like at the very end of the Cactus League, like that last week, it kind of like clicked for me a little bit. And physically, I started feeling the way I wanted to feel. I was making plays that, didn't hurt. At the end of last season, my back and everything just was locking up. And now I just feel free and easy. And it's, I'm really excited to be healthy this year.
It's really good to
Yes.
hear, by the way. Really
Hey,
good.
Matt, how are you?
Good. How's it going?
Good, good. I spoke to Cody Bellinger recently, specifically about you, and I know you two are familiar with one another. And he kind of joked that he's going to tell his, teammates to make sure they don't hit it anywhere near you. So, what is it going to be like going up against him? I know you two don't have a lot of exposure against one another.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's always fun playing against Cody. We played a lot against each other in the minor leagues. Obviously, in the big leagues, being in different divisions, we don't see each other too much, but got to play each other last year and the year before because of the COVID, and then playing the NL West. But Cody's a great player. We actually lived together in the 2018 offseason for like 6 weeks, I believe. So we got to know each other pretty well. He's a player that I've always respected, and I'm hopefully he doesn't do too good against us. I'm always rooting for him, but not when he's playing the A's.
And what will it be like having fans back behind you? I feel like you really feed off the crowd.
Absolutely. I think it's something that we all took for granted a little bit and didn't realize how much we need the energy and the fans in the stands. And I can't wait to have them back out there. And I'm just so excited to, play a semi-normal version of baseball.
Semi-normal. Great way to
Martine?
put it. I'll be cheering him on.
Hey Matt, how much do you pay attention to like just projections and stuff
Here we
before the
go.
year? And I mean, it seems like a lot of teams still, a lot of outlets still kind of underrate you guys. I mean, you guys won the division, and it
Right.
seems like maybe some people don't consider you guys the favorite.
Look at his face.
To win it again. I mean, what is that? What do you kind of think of that stuff?
I definitely am aware. I'm not somebody that's constantly checking those things, but I pay attention. I see those things. I don't value them too much because I don't agree with their opinions. So I don't think that, it's worth digging into too much, but we like being the underdogs. I mean, I guess that just means whatever, we're playing with house money. We're not expected to do anything. So everything we do is great, but I know it's a different vibe, different feel in this clubhouse. We're expecting to win the division. I think this is the best team that we've had since I've been here. So, 97 wins 2 years in a row. I think we can get to 100. So I don't really, it's nice. It's motivation for me because I like trying to prove people wrong, but I think that people don't like to give us credit for some reason, and they predict us to win like 81 games, which is absurd. But that's their own opinion.
There you go.
Sonolo?
Told you.
Hey, good morning, my friend. How are you?
Bueno, how are you?
Fine. El Banco Suizo. Yes, feeding off your last answer, you said, I think this is the best team I have been in since I have been here. What are some of the reasons why you believe that this is the best team you have been since you have been here?
It's a good follow-up.
I believe it's the best team that we've had because, our core group of guys, we're just only getting better. We're getting more experienced. And I think, our returning guys are used to playing with each other. We're comfortable. We're more of a team. And the guys we brought in seem to fit right in. We got Mitch Moreland coming in. He's a great clubhouse guy, good left-handed bat. Can also play first base if, Ole needs a DH or whatever it is. And we picked up some good bullpen arms. So I think our bullpen has the ability to shorten games, which is something that, we feed off of big time. And all of our starters, proved that they could pitch really well at this level over the last couple of years, and they're only getting more mature. Luzardo's getting better. Bassett's getting more comfortable and confident. So I just think that, we have a really well-rounded team with two really good guys behind the plate that can manage a staff. So I feel really confident in our team. And those are just some of the reasons why we're really excited to get this thing going.
All right, I'm going to cut it off right there, and I'm actually going to load up the Jake Diekman interview here next. But I thought, as you probably thought, that was interesting, straightforward, kind of exactly what we were just talking about there. I mean, how many people actually buy into projections, predictions? I mean, it's one thing to say I have a gut instinct that something wide is going to happen, something more of a non-specific observation, but to say 82 wins, yeah, I don't know how you get there. Anyway, long story short, let's get to now Jake Diekman. I mean, double check that that's ready. It looks like it is, and let's listen to him talk about this very same subject.
Matt?
I think there was a sort of a sense maybe last year with some guys that obviously the Astros were the team that you needed to sort of overcome to get to where you guys wanted to be in the division. How do you view that dynamic now after you guys won the division last year, but then saw them in the playoffs and lost that series? Where does that dynamic stand going into this year, do you think?
I think we just realized that whatever analytical people, they picked us to be third. That's all we know.
You pay attention to
Solid.
that kind of stuff, and what do you think of those projections?
Over everywhere. They show it everywhere. We also watch TV.
What do you think of those projections that have you second or third and winning 83 games?
It's not fun. Like, hey, that's perfectly fine. Like, I feel like every year the A's aren't picked to win. That's fine.
And unrelated,
It was nice. It was over 500, so that was cool.
and then just quickly on an unrelated topic, it sounds like Major League Baseball is intends to potentially relax some of the restrictions for teams that have a large number of players who get vaccinated. I'm wondering, with California starting to expand the eligibility to all adults middle of this month, whether there have been discussions among players about what the stance is there among the team, whether you guys are going to explore vaccinations or if that's going to be an individual decision.
I think maybe like a little bit of both. I'm sure we'll talk about it. I'm sure once we get like the actual protocols, if we do or don't, I feel like then we might make a decision as a team or as an individual.
Shayna?
All right, there you go. A longer interview that happened. I just wanted to play that bit of it from Jake Diekman. And interesting to find out too about team vaccination status. That's happening. Like the Houston Astros, for example, flying from Florida in spring training out here to California to start their season. They made a pit stop yesterday in Texas to get, I guess, everyone or many people or as many that wanted it to get vaccinated in what was their first of 2 doses. So. Side effects, things like that. I really don't know how that's going to play out. Obviously, in the long run, it's securing the future of mankind, but also the fact that the baseball season can operate a little bit more smoothly without any setbacks when you have, a team that is largely vaccinated. Anyway, that does it for the old live stream here today. As we're we're about 24 hours away from baseball, a little more than that at this point, but I wanted to set the stage for you here for 2021, not to get you totally riled up, not to get you angry at seeing that, and that's why there's a huge question mark there. I hope I spelled out the PECOTA stuff at the beginning, but yeah, that's what the A's are projected to do this year, 82 wins. Matt Chapman says he's aiming at 100 wins. I just say this, whatever it takes to win that division, that's all that matters. If it's 97, if it's 94, if 92, 99, whatever it is, win and defend the American League West here in 2021. That does it for this live stream. I can't wait to see all of you on television, and I know some of you will be there at the Coliseum too, but specifically can't wait to see you on television tomorrow night from the Oakland Coliseum, for me, for the first time since late 2019. All right, until then, everybody, be safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.